make you nervous. A tragedy, I'm a beautiful disaster. A reckoning, you wonder how I got this way.
So hello you guys. This is the last one for today. And I'm gonna try to keep it short because when I make it too long, I can't save it. So I spend hours trying to edit a video, which is horrible. So so Megan, so I've heard that Megan will be on the Drew Barrymore show. Is Drew in New York or is she in LA? I guess she's in LA. Um, I haven't been able to find any real sort of like, what do you call it? I've seen little snippets of the interview, but I haven't been able to find the interview. So I'm thinking that maybe it's not available in France, which would be weird, right? Um, but so in the interview, one of the things that Megan said, which is getting a lot of play by people like Gail King over at CBS, is that when she was younger and she was a babysitter, that one of the fathers said to her that she should marry someone one day who she always, they're always dating, like they never stop dating each other because apparently the father always dated his wife or whatever. And so Gail King was just like, that's really cool. I think that's really cool as well. I wanted to just quickly say that. I mean, I've never been married, but I cannot imagine. Oh my God, do I have lipstick on all my teeth? 2 seconds. Mm. I cannot imagine a scenario, you guys, where I'm married. First of all, marriage, my parents were married for more than 50 years, you see. So I've watched what that looks like. And neither of them would have ever divorced the other, And my dad died a few months ago. And I can almost hear my father, actually. I mean, I know it's weird, but I can hear him, not in a regular voice, but I can just hear him in my mind all the time. And he said, don't you forget, I kept my promise, right? I kept my promise. And so, they're very Catholic, they divorce is like, when I tried to be a lawyer in New York, the one thing I could do was family law and divorces. And it was because of them that I'm not a lawyer, because they, because I'm doing divorce law. Okay. That said, I cannot imagine a scenario for me where I'm in a situation where I'm locked in this experience for 50 years, what, 2 years a year. I don't even care. 6 months, okay? And we're not happy. And we're not dating one another, and we are not best friends. I mean, you have to be best friends, and you have to, I think, have that sense of dating one another. Otherwise, it's pure hell. I mean, it is. I don't have words for this kind of experience. You know what I'm saying? It's got to be fun, I think. Otherwise, I think I've been single my whole life. And so people look at me and they feel really bad. They're like, oh, you got left on the shelf, huh? Or whatever someone said to me the other day. And I never really thought about it that way, that I was left on the shelf. I feel like I escaped. I dodged a bullet. I dodged a bullet because, listen, I need what I need. I need what I need, right? And one of the things I need is happiness and joy and peace in my life and tranquility and a house that is orderly according to my sense of order. All right. And I need fun, I need laughter, you know, trust, of course, all of those other things. But I mean, it's got to be fun. We have to laugh together. And I have to feel, I was watching one of my favorite YouTubers yesterday, and her husband, she was getting ready for bed or whatever, and her husband says off camera, you look like a princess. And I was like, that's a husband, right? That's who you want to be married to, whoever you are. Otherwise, be single. Please be single. You can be so happy single. You can do whatever you want. You have your freedom. Okay, so there's certain things you're not going to have, right? And if you're not like me, it's going to be difficult. For me, not a problem. But for a lot of people, this is not possible. They can't be by themselves. They can't be without a man. People can't be without a man. I understand this. But why have a man if you're not going to be each other's dates forever? Until you're done 50 years later. No, my parents were not each other's dates. They had a different kind of a they had a relationship that I would never dare to try to understand what is this. You know what I'm saying? They were you know they were right for each other, but it's not something that you can necessarily always see from the outside. Just don't get involved into their whatever this is. You know what I'm saying? um but no, I don't think they were dating one another for 50 years, but that's what I would have wanted. Otherwise, he needs to take that was bad. My thought was bad. Okay, let me put this a different way. He'd have to go. He has to leave. I mean, he has to take his things. He has to get out of my house because because I don't want to be miserable. I don't want to be miserable. I want to be happy. You see how I am this way? I want to be happier. You know what I mean? With a guy, and we have to date, and we have to be just funny together, and it's just got to be wonderful. Otherwise, it's better that he takes his Jaji Bungo and he leaves. You know what I mean? Listen, I have to go. I'm going to go out. I'm going to take a walk. This was a bad video. I'm not even sure if I'm going to post it. 6 minutes, 7 minutes, something like that. Should I post this one? I'm not even sure, but I thought, I'd come on and just say that Megan is right. You need to date your spouse throughout your marriage, or as far as I'm concerned, don't have a marriage. Okay? Anyway, bye. See you.
I make you nervous, a tragedy. I'm a beautiful disaster, a reckoning. You wonder how I got this way.